All right, what's going on, everyone? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we are going ahead and get started. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Please put a comment in the chat if you can see me and you can hear me. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. I like to be mindful of the time. All right, let's see. All right, so today we're going to be talking about a couple of different things. We're going to be spending our time focusing on lead generation, revenue growth, and we're going to talk a little bit about mastering your. Oh, hold on. That's annoying. We're going to talk about mastering the 12-week year. And that is one of the most recent books that I started to read. But real quick, if this is the first time that you are hearing the sound of my voice, welcome. Please let me know where you are joining in from in the chat. If you are watching with me live, hey. And if you are watching the replay, hey. I get it. Depending on where you are, the original time might not work for you. So I get it. Sometimes we have to watch the replay. Cool with me. Just as long as you're here, just as long as you're learning. So I don't like to talk to myself. So as we are having this conversation, if something resonates with you, just comment in the chat below. I did put out there, hopefully you guys can see me, you can hear me okay. If you can there we go. If you can put a comment in the chat, let me know you're here. Okay. All right. So we are going to have a fun and interactive training today. And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions and we're going to have some engagement. All right. Number one, welcome, 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 welcome. If this is your first time hearing the sound of my voice, do me a favor and put a 1 in the chat if this is the first time you are ever hearing me teach. All right. So I just want to welcome you and prepare you. All right. I'm just kidding. So, but anyway, I'm not going to give you this long, drawn-out speech about who DeKesha is. Let's just say I've been in this game for about 12 years. I am a webinar and business strategist. I own an agency that has done for you webinar funnels. We have a VA company, your outsourcing club. I do coaching and consulting. And just last year, we launched our own publishing company. So that's something you're going to be hearing more about anyway. All right. So that's just a little bit about who I am. I pride myself on helping my clients to generate leads, consistent leads, and consistent revenue in their business. All right. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the people that I have helped. Right. So I encourage you to participate. I encourage you to, comment, ask questions, and then I promise you I won't hold you long. I promise you I will not hold you long. So this says to master the 12-week year. Anyone ever read the 12-week year? As you can see behind me, y'all can tell I like books, right? Love to read or listen to a book. So if you've ever read the 12-week year, just put a 2 in the comments. All right. Put a 2 in the comments. So about 2 years ago, it's all good if you haven't read it. 2 years ago, I listened to the book. I think this is the first time I actually read the book and highlighted along. Okay. But 2 years ago, I read the book. I put together a 12-week year plan. All right. And the first couple of days, first couple of weeks, I adhered to it. And then, as you know, as entrepreneurs, as humans, we do what? We fall off. We fall off the wagon. And it's okay. It's all right. But my word for the year is intentional. And so I am very intentional about what I say, about what I commit to, about my actions. And so this year, I led a group of entrepreneurs who decided that, you know what, DeKesha, I want to read the book with you. So I'm going to put the link. So if you decide you want to read it with us too, you can start where you are. No judgment. And hopefully you can see the link when I drop the link. All right. But I just put that out there for y'all, just in case you decided you wanted to read along with me. Don't worry about it. But I decided that I was going to lead a group of entrepreneurs to read this book, and it's going to be relevant to what I'm teaching you today. And but here's what I realized: it held me accountable to reading the book because I was the facilitator. If I'm guiding you and I'm giving you recap of the book, guess what? I got to be committed to it. I was up at 12 o'clock one night reading or listening and reading and listening to 3 chapters so that I could provide my update. Now, this is what I did. And so if you see me look this way, there's a wall in my office and there's a sticky post-it note on my wall. And it has my top 3 goals. Like, yes, I write out my goals for the year. I know what we want to generate in revenue. I know what courses we want to sell. I know what events we want to have. I still got them on a piece of paper right here. Y'all can hear the paper on my desk, right? I got all of that. But what I love about this particular process is that it breaks it down into a smaller window. Because when you think about a year is from January to December. And so when we think about goals, we're like, oh, we got 365 or 366 days to complete this goal. No, baby. No. You got 30 days. Well, with the 12-week plan, you really have like 90 days. And here's what I like about it is that I can course correct if something isn't working versus waiting until July, August, and like, you know what? Wait a minute. This is not working, but I don't know why it's not working, right? With this particular process, not only can I monitor what I'm executing, I can tell if the strategy is working or if DeKesha is just not executing. I want you to type in the chat, execute, because that's going to be the key for us as we progress, over the next few months. It's going to be all about execution, period, point blank. It's all about what you're committed to executing. I was on a summit yesterday and the young lady said, I hosted an event. Hey, Darlene, hey, Gwen, hey, Deidre, and Angie. I was a speaker on an event yesterday, and the young lady said, I did a presentation or I did an event for widowed and divorced women, right? Very special, very, very special niche, okay? And she says, I had X amount of people that registered and showed up to this event. Didn't sell anything, but I hadn't reached back out to them since November. What? So you executed, then you didn't follow up, then you didn't continue to execute. So that's one of the reasons why the word execute is so important to me. All right. So let's get to where I'm going with this. So for those of you all that have set your goals, right? Whether it's for 90 days or 30 days, let me ask you something. You know what? I wonder if I can do a poll. Let's do a poll, right? Out of your goals, I'm going to put a poll up and hopefully you'll see it in your screen, on your screen. Going to be to your right-hand side at the top. How many of you need to generate leads in your business as a part of your goals? Let me go ahead and answer the poll. Right? How many of you need to generate leads as a result of this is a part of your goals for the 30 days or the 90 days? We got 62% completion on goals, right? Absolutely, I do. Out of the people that answered, do y'all see the results? 100%. Guess what? Does your girl know her audience or what? Does your girl know her audience or what, right? All right, so we got a couple of people, I don't know if they're driving or what, that haven't responded. I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds to respond, and then I'm going to close out this poll. So I want to open up another one for you. Does that sound good? All right, so I think I chatted. I think I stalled enough. Let's close this one out. I got one more for you. Just want y'all to know, see, if your girl knows her audience, all right? How many of you, just answer yes or no, simple question, it's in the same spot. You wrote out your goals and you said, DeKesha, you said, self, I need to generate more revenue. If that was you, I want you to answer. I'm going to answer poll 2, right? Again, does your girl know her audience? I'm trying to tell you. Like I said, I think Angie, you said this is your first time hanging out with me, but girl, you better get ready. Cha-ching, ching. Cha-ching. Can somebody say cha-ching, ching? I see them dollar signs, right? Of course. If you did not answer yes, you are probably in the wrong place. So guess what? I have my revenue goal. Of course, I want to increase my revenue. I'm going to go ahead and close this poll out. Thank you for those of you all that participated with me. I appreciate you so much. Yes, the fortune is in the follow-up. Hey, Gwen. Gwen said cha-ching. Okay, Deetra, right? So everybody, it's safe to say that everyone in the room wants to generate more revenue and needs to generate more leads. I agree. Okay. Now, so I have the same goals for myself, right? I'm looking at them. And I've set out weekly tactics to help me get these goals. But here is the thing. Have you mapped out the strategies and tactics that you need to implement in your business in order to A, generate more leads, and B, get more revenue in your business? And if you haven't, it's all good. It's okay. All right. It's all right. And so, and it's all right. That's why you're here. So that's why it was so important for me to understand the execution process and the scoring process for the 12-week year. Because every day I go in and I score how effective that day was. And here's why that's important to me. I am one of those type of person. I am a behind the scenes. So if I'm not building a funnel, I don't feel like I'm being productive. However, what I realize is planning is probably one of the most productive things that you can do in your business. All right. So if you haven't started planning, when you get off of this session, I want you to take the time to plan out at least the next 30 days. All right. Can you do that for me? Can you comment in the chat? I'm going to say chapter. Yes. If you commit to planning out, only if you haven't already planned out at least the 30 days or 45 days. All right. And so this was important for me to create more executable. When I was thinking of the training, I was like, Lord, is executable a word? It's gonna be a word today. Tanisha, thank you for saying yes. Teacher, thank you for saying yes. So executable is gonna be a word today. All right. And so I think it's important to set very, very clear goals. So yes, Darlene, I got a plan. So I think I need to be more strategic, and that's cool. So like I said, I think it's safe to say that everybody in the room needs more leads. So let's talk a little bit about leads. Can you type leads in the chat? I just want to know you're still awake. You ain't fell asleep yet. All right. So safe to say that everyone needs more leads. Type leads in the chat. And we're going to talk a little bit about leads. Now, lead generation, okay, is the process of identifying and attracting potential clients who will be considered as a lead for your products and services. Y'all need me to say that again? Because I want you to write this down. All right. Lead or lead generation. There you go. Note takers are money makers. Lead generation is the process of identifying and attracting potential clients. All right. The goal is for you to capture the interest of the individual that has the problem that you solve. And here is where we get confused. A prospect is not a lead. A prospect is someone who has shown interest. So how many of you go live like on social media? Just type a 3. If you go live on social media, type a 3, right? And here's why, this is where I want you to understand. The people that comment on your videos, those are prospects. It's not a lead. Who knows the difference between a lead and a prospect? Let me tell you what makes a lead different from a prospect. Ready? Just tell me when you're ready. All right, because I go live on TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and now Instagram. Yep. All right, so here's the difference. Ready? The difference between a prospect, which is someone who just responds, on my content versus someone who gives me their information. So a lead is someone who takes action. You have to pay attention to this. In order for you to get access to this training, what did you have to give me? You had to take action. You had to give me your name. You had to give me your email address. And gosh darn it, you had to give me your phone number too. And I made sure that it was mandatory, because if you don't trust me with your phone number, then you are not my ideal client, period, point blank. Why? And we'll talk about this. I use SMS. How many of you got a text message reminder that says, hey, we start in an hour? I don't even know. Let me see, did mine go out? I use SMS, and I teach all of my clients to use SMS. So that's the difference between a prospect and a lead. So lead generation is going to be very important, because I need you all to be building your email list. I need each of you all to be building your data. How many want to build your database? And not just the people that are just commenting on your content. Like, we want them to comment on the content, but we also want to give them the next steps of what to do so they get on your email list or they come to your training. This is where it all happens, when they actually register and come to your training. Thank you, Brenda. All right. So a lead is someone who takes action by, oh, look at that. I just got my own message. My text message just went out. Oh, Angie, did you just send me the message back to me? Love it. Hey, Khadijah. I just got the message. So Angie got the text message. I love it. I love it when what is it? Technology work. So if you didn't get the text, there may be a good possibility, that you got me on D&D. That means you have me on Do Not Disturb. You might have told me stop at some point in time, so you have to resubscribe. And that's cool. It's all good. All right. So cool. So a lead becomes a lead when they take action, and it could be by way of DM. That means that you have given me the permission to contact you via DM, text messaging. And I love our system because Angie, are you still here? Comment in the box. So I love our system because our system can be downloaded to your cell phone, which I'm on it right now. And I don't know if Angie is still here, but I love the system that we use because I can sit here and have a conversation with you via text. So yesterday I was getting my lashes done, right? And a young lady says, could you refresh my memory about your 90-day program? And this is via text, not my personal phone, just via the system, right? Y'all know I love systems. And so I was able to communicate with the lead, because she's a lead. I've got her phone number and I have her text message to give her the link about our mastermind that's coming up. So that's why it's important to understand the difference between a lead and a prospect. You want to be able to communicate with this individual by the means that works best for them. All right. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can attract leads. We all know that there's organic, there's offline, and then you got paid traffic. So you got organic traffic, you got online traffic. Organic online traffic, you have offline, which is the networking events. I'm gonna tell y'all now, I can't stand to leave my house. That's just me. I'm getting better, right? I'm not perfect, but a girl's getting better. And then I love paid traffic. So one of my clients, Sierra, who's hosting her very first summit, she came to me and she says, gee, my ideal client. Oh, so look, Angie said she fell off and couldn't get back in. I'm sorry, girl. She got my text message, right? So we'll make sure that Angie gets the replay. But anyway, my client, Sierra, she's a speaker brand strategist. She wanted to get in front of her ideal client, which is speakers, in order to promote her coaching program. So what did I do? I gave her a strategy. We jumped on the call. I gave her a strategy and I said, do this one thing. Do this one thing. I'm going to give you another example too. Do this one thing. She did it. And within 72 hours, she had over 70 plus leads. She's grown her list over 600 names and emails in the last 90 days just by following up with this process in one strategy that I gave her. I'll give you another example. Get a drink of water. Ready? Another client wanted to get in front of her ideal client, gave her one strategy. Not only did she get leads, this is Darlene, not only did she get leads, but the last time we chatted, she had 9 new clients. And she generated, I believe the last time we chatted, let's do the math real quick. Probably gonna tell y'all in the chat. So she had generated a little bit over $7,000, and she's probably done over more than that since the last time we did our numbers. And so again, the system works if you work it. But in order to generate leads, and I want you to write this down, I want you to take notes. In order to generate leads, you have to know these 3 things. I told you she was gonna chat, she was gonna comment in the chat. So you need to know what they need. You have to understand what your audience needs, right? We did a poll when you first got on here. When you first got on here, we did a poll and I asked you, what did you put in your plan? 100% of you answered both polls. Both polls. So I understand what you need, right? The next thing is you need to know where they're hanging out at. My bread and butter is Facebook. I'm moving over to LinkedIn. I've been on TikTok for about a year. I go live on TikTok twice a week, sometimes 4. But most of my clients come from Facebook, and I'm cool with that. I am very cool with that. I will tell anyone I log into Facebook like it's a server, like I work at Truist Bank. Like most of my clients have a full-time job, and just like they log into their computers, baby, I log right into mine. That's how I treat Facebook. All right. Okay. So then the other thing you need to understand is what do you need to say to capture their attention? That goes to your marketing message. That's your marketing message. What do you need to say in order to capture their attention? How many of you, I want you to comment in the chat 4. If you are struggling, what messaging to use in order to attract your ideal client? This number 4. Type of 4 in the chat if you're struggling with what to say to capture their attention. All right. So once you figure that piece out, you will be able to get your audience to raise their hands and the process will become easier. All right. So I only see a couple of people who are struggling with their messaging, and that's fine. Don't worry about it. We got something for you. Okay. So how many of you would like to make this process easier? I'm guessing that the individual is saying 4. They're like, help me. Help me. I can hear it. All right. So if you've been in my space, you know that I love to use webinars, summits, workshops, boot camps. I love to use, and live events in order to generate leads and generate sales. So we do a summit to generate leads. We do a workshop to get new clients. I do webinars to get leads and clients. I do a live event to get new clients. I use them all. I am not stuck on one particular strategy. Why? Because they all work for me. I even have a podcast. I use a podcast to get leads and to have conversations. There's a strategy that I use in order to have conversations about my podcast guests, about the services that we have. And I love that Darlene says she wants to get more mentorship clientele, because guess what? Darlene already has a group of clients who have the problem that she solves. Now she just needs to position this new offer in front of them. Oh, I'm so excited, y'all. All right. So I use master classes, like I said, webinars, whatever y'all want to call them, to grow my email list and to sell courses and programs. So you will see me doing more training like this consistently so that I can grow my email list and get in front of new people. I would love to meet new people. So don't hesitate to invite your business bestie if you feel like this particular training is worth your time. Listen, if you're not learning anything, like, please, you can exit the stage. Like, this might be a little bit, below your pay grade. I'm just teasing. So if you don't know, I'm a webinar queen. Like, I'm the webinar chick, knows all webinars inside and out. I love using the webinar platforms. Y'all wait till y'all see this crazy follow-up process that's gonna come. And I teach that later, right? After this particular process. Why? Because it works. All right. Here's when I learned that the webinar platform works. Back in 2014, 15, I was working on a team, and I was responsible for teaching people how to build six-figure business using webinars in their business. Guess what? I won't even make six figures in my business. So the way that my level of integrity is set up, I said, baby, we got to do this, or we got to do something about this, so that when I'm teaching these people how to build six figures in a business, I'm confident that I know that this can work because I've done it. Like, that's just the way that my level of integrity is set up. I'm not going to teach anything that I have not done and I have not helped my clients do in their business. Period, point blank. And so, absolutely. So, and you already know. So here's what we did as a team. We went out and we did webinars. We did 8 webinars in 30 days. We did 8 webinars in 30 days. And I was selling a $5,000 program, and I made commission on this $5,000 program. So I ended up generating $15,000 in 21 days in commission. I need you to write in the chat commission. So imagine if I was teaching my own program, what I could have generated. This was commission. And that's cool. You got to start from somewhere. Start from where you are. So fast forward to 2018, I created a program called Webinar Success Blueprint, right? My signature course. First time I did a launch, we had a webinar challenge. I think I had like maybe 80 people that participated in this challenge. It didn't have a lot of people. You don't need a lot of people, right? So it was like 80 people in this challenge. And I did a 5-day challenge. Of course, some people fell off halfway through. And then I did a webinar, type webinar in the chat. I did a webinar on day 5, and I sold my very first webinar success blueprint. Y'all, I made $10,000. Baby, you couldn't tell me anything. I made my first $10,000 in business, and you couldn't tell me nothing, okay? And the best part about it was when the sales were coming through, I don't even have on my watch. I had on an Apple Watch, and it would say PayPal. I was going straight to PayPal then, y'all. I got me a payment system now. But I was getting PayPal. So my watch was going off, and it was saying PayPal, money received. And I'm at the concert on a Friday with my auntie, and I was making money. I was so excited. I was so excited. And so what we did was we rinse and repeat that process. And the next time, and again, no ads. I was not running any ads to anything at this point. And so we rinse and repeat. We did it again, and we did $24,000. And I was pissed. I was mad. Why? Because I didn't hit that 25K. Because I wanted to be able to say I made $25,000 every quarter in my business, because you and I both know that's $100,000. I was so mad that I made $24,000. And we had like a basic level and then a VIP level and things like that. You say you want to do that, make money while I'm at a concert? Yep, no ads. I was because I wanted to make $25,000. I was so upset. And then guess what? We rinse and repeat, because if it works, keep doing it. Keep doing it. And so I did it again. And this was like every 12 weeks. This is why I created the 12-week profit blueprint, and how I teach my clients how to launch a course or a mastermind or program in their business. I literally created the 12-week approach just from the 12 weeks that I used to launch my WSB back in 2018. So from January, it was January, 2019. So if we did this in 2019, I was speaking. I had a speaking engagement, which was lined up with my launch. I did 30-something, I think it was like $35,000 in that launch. And so that was in a matter of 7 days. We did $30,000. But here's the beautiful thing about it. Somebody type recurring, RECURRING, recurring. I was getting recurring revenue. So some people paid in full, but some people were paying me every single month, right? By that time, I had made over $77,000 in about 8 or 9 months or less. Yep, passive income. I love it. I love it, Brenda. And so that's when I introduced a coaching program. So not only did I have a signature course, I introduced a coaching program. It was when I introduced the coaching program is when my business skyrocketed and I hit the 6-figure mark. And from ever since then, we have consistently hit over 6 figures, multiple 6 figures in business, period, point blank. We even did 6 figures and I took off. I think it's safe to say I took off last year. Darlene, would you agree? I helped y'all. I coached y'all, but I didn't do anything near what I normally do in a year last year. And we still scaled over. I was part-time and I was very transparent with my clients. But I continued to show up for them. I thank God for them. I love them. But yeah, I was real part-time in my business and we still did over 6 figures. Come on, somebody. The system works if you work it. All right. So that's just to show you that if you put a process in place to generate leads and create the revenue, it can be done. So how many of you are ready to put the system in place in your business? I want to talk to you a little bit about, 120 leads. And I'll tell you a little bit about the 120 leads too. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Past ready. I know that's right. So one of the things that I tell my clients all the time, right? And I think some of them are on here. What's the minimum amount of people that I want to register for your webinar or your event when you do it? Minimum. I give them a minimum amount. They set their own goals, but I tell them, listen, if you're going to do a webinar, this is the minimum that I want you to do. And I'm going to show you real quick. We're going to do some math. Keep it easy, right? So here's what they do. I tell them to host some type of online training. Okay. You can do it every week. You can do it every other week, but you have to do something consistently in your business. Minimum of 30. If you can get 30 people to show up to, there you go, 30 people to show up to your webinar, show up. That means that if you use our process, that means it's a 50% show rate. So that means about 60 people need to register. Well, think about this. If you are consistently showing up and giving content, there's no reason why if you did a webinar every single week, 30 people show up. If you do 30 times 4, how much is that? Somebody type it in the chat. And so what does it take to get 30 people to register? 120. How many of you would be happy with 120 leads in your business every single month? I'm pretty sure that's all of you, right? So here's kind of what we do. So I've got a Facebook group, right? So, all right, so 60. So I got 1.9 thousand people in this Facebook group. If I can get 20 people to register for my event from my Facebook group, I'm almost there. Then I've got an email list and a text messaging list. If I can get another 20 people to register from my email list and my text message list, which they already know me, so I'm going to get a higher enrollment rate from people that are already on my list. That makes sense? So now I'm at 40. How many I need left? Guess where I can go? I can go speak on somebody else's platform. I can go to LinkedIn, set up a LinkedIn event and invite people to my training from LinkedIn. And as long as I get at least 10 to 15 to 20 to register, is that hard? Does that sound like that's hard to do? But you have to do it consistently every single time. You have to do it consistently every single time. So if you host an event this Thursday, this Saturday, next Monday, right? It takes consistency. You have to implement these steps that I just told you. Now, if you need help with the messaging and what to say, don't worry. I can help you with that. People click going, but don't people click going on LinkedIn, but don't go to buy the ticket for paid events. How do you handle that? So one of the things that I do, and that's a great question, Brenda, I always go back in or have someone on my team to go back into LinkedIn. For those that say attended, I let them know you can only get access to the event if you register. So you can't even get the replay if you don't register. I don't care whether it's free or paid. And here's the thing, and I'm glad that you said that. You can't be afraid of people getting mad for you to follow up. Because here's the thing that I know to be true. 48% of you guys that are here right now in the sound of my voice are not going to follow up with leads. And you're going to leave a lot of money on the table. So you just have to be consistent. And the way that I look at it is, I think that it is a service that you provide by following up with them to remind them, hey, don't forget, I'm hosting a training on how to generate leads and increase revenue in your business. You don't want to miss this. You do not want to miss these tips and these strategies I'm going to be dropping. Because let me ask you something. Are you hitting your revenue goals in your business? If you are not, then you need to be there, sweetie. Period, point blank, right? So that's the only thing. And even with the Facebook event, you always have to send reminders. Even when you register for the event, like the system's going to send out reminders. We're going to send out SMS reminders. But sometimes, we have to send out DMs as well. Now, the SMS really works for us. SMS will help us get a 40 to 50% show rate every single time. So I can look at my numbers real quick, and I do this every time I do a training. I do it live. I look at today we had about a 30% show rate. We had a 30% show rate today. That's average webinar attendance, average training attendance. I'm pretty sure we'll have a lot of people on the replay. I can guarantee we'll have a lot of people in the replay. So how many of you, and I think I asked you this, how many are you committed? You're committed to generate the leads, but I want to ask you this. What are you looking to do to generate those leads? Let's do another poll. So, how will you generate leads? All right. So I know that's right. Let's see. Give you a couple of options. All right. Now, I don't know if you can pick all of them. You can only pick one. She said, whatever it takes. I love that. Oh, are you willing to do summits, speaking? Now, if you pick speaking, that's cool. I mean, using a webinar is the same, it's still speaking. I'm still teaching a signature talk. So if you can see the poll up top, can you see the poll up top? Yep. Do me a favor and answer those quickly. I'd appreciate that. So we got about 28-30% of the people that have already answered. So you can call a webinar masterclass, whatever you want to call it. Call it a boot camp, masterclass, webinar. It's all this. It's all showing up on a platform and teaching. All right. So you guys are so awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and close that poll out. Right. So looks like everybody said they wanted to do webinars. Well, look at y'all. Come on now, webinars. Now that you made that commitment, all right, I got a special opportunity for you. You ready? Y'all ready? And this is for y'all that showed up today. I appreciate you, because I am the webinar queen and business strategist who has a team that helps outsource and everything. Now, this is a brand new opportunity that we created. If you are a coaching student or a mastermind student, you already get access to it. All right. So we are introducing a program called Leads Launcher. I would click all of the above, but it wouldn't let me. I know I was trying to do that too, right? Our Lead Launcher program is our newest program that teach you how to strategically attract leads that are your ideal client. Because most of you said that you wanted to host webinars, you wanted to do a summit maybe, and you wanted to use speaking. But by the time you write out your webinar or your signature presentation, if you do not have the audience you're going to get frustrated trying to do a presentation and no one is going to show up. Yes or yes, right? So here's what I decided that you're going to get. You are going to get, and I promise you it's not going to break the bank, but you're going to get our content writing mastery program. You're going to learn how to craft compelling content that resonates and captivates your target audience. I'm going to show you the step-by-step of how I come up with my content when I go live. I only go live for 5 to 7 minutes. If I go live over 7 minutes, y'all, I done got lost in some type of story or something that I'm sharing. But all it takes is 5 to 7 minutes of content in order to attract your ideal client. Now, I'm going to show you how you can not only use like organic traffic secrets, but you can unlock the potential of traffic from blogs, video marketing, cutting edge AI tools like ChatGPT. So if you work with me, you already know I created my own GPT for my clients. I only share it with clients, only. All right. So I will give you access to these internal GPTs. That means that I tell you what to put in the prompts so that you can get back what you need to post. Is that fair enough? Does that sound good to you all? Is that good? Then here's what you do. And I did this 2 years ago and we still do it to this day. That's why I started 2 years ago. And when we started this 2 years ago, we filled our entire masterclass. You have to be ready to do some paid traffic strategies. And I don't mean breaking the bank. I do $5 a day ads, y'all. $20 a day ads. Is that all right with you? I'm going to show you how to amplify the organic content that you're creating. Amplify it with some $5 ads, $20 a day ads. That's it. No more, no less. And then you can master the art of using like a modest budget for maximum impact, creating a consistent lead flow. How's that sound? Then I'm gonna show you step by step the lead blueprint that we talked about, how you generate 240 leads for your next big event. One of the things that we just finished teaching for my mastermind and coaching students was how to get butts in seats. That's the biggest thing. It's how to get butts in seats for your events. Now, for those of you all that actually decide, listen, how many of you does this sound like this would help you? Right? Like I said, ain't gonna break the bank. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you now, it's only $497. Kill me later. Kill me later. I know. Yep. I love it. Only $497. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that. Now, for those of you all that actually decide, listen, girl, say less, I'm in. I am going to give you a couple of different things. I got some bonus. Somebody type bonus in the chat. I got some bonuses for you. So I am going to give, it's going to be free. It's going to be included. My signature course, formerly known as the Webinar Success Blueprint, rebranded into the high converting webinar course. So don't worry about it. I'm going to teach you traffic. I'm going to teach you how to get traffic, but I'm also going to give you the course to give you access to how to create a high converting webinar. That literally goes through how to come up with a presentation, how to sell at the end of your webinar, how to market your webinar as well. So you're going to get that course. That course by itself is $997. Somebody said I would hit all the buttons, right? To do speaking summits and webinars if I could. Well, guess what you're going to get as a bonus? Oh, and I don't give this away. I don't. But I'm going to give my virtual summit guide. So I do summits every quarter. So I think the document is about 27 pages. I actually have a GPT that will help you put together your summit. So I created a GPT for all of my clients who want to host an event. So if you put summit, you put live event, you put webinar in there, it's going to map out 12-week launch strategy, how to do your very own summit. Type summit if you want to do a summit. Right? So you are going to get my 27, 30-page SOP. That's what it is. It's an SOP. So I come from a background of operation. I've been in operations management for over 30 plus years. certified online business manager. So if you heard of OBM, COO, I'm a certified online business manager, COO. I just take those clients behind the scenes. We don't talk about that a lot. We don't talk about Bruno. But so I document everything. My clients can tell you my Google Drive is very organized for my business. And that's one of the things that they'll be learning how to do is organize their back end for their business. But you'll get to learn how to host successful virtual events with our detailed guide. Plus, you're going to get the GPT for it as well. Sounds good? Yes or yes? Last thing I'm going to give you guys for becoming a member of the Lead Launcher program is a ticket. You get a free ticket to our live Get Ish Done event in Richmond, Virginia in June 2024. How about that? That sounds good? So all of that, $497. I did you even one better. So if you pay in full, it's $497, or you can do 3 payments of $197. So you can get started today for as little as $197. You cannot beat that. So let me repeat real quick what you get. All right. You'll get access. You'll get immediate access to the bonuses, period, point blank. And then the courses will be released within the 7 days. And you'll have access to all the content so that you can get out here and start driving traffic. Does that sound good to you? So again, just a review, and then I'll open up for any questions. You'll get the content writing mastery, which shows you how to create and craft compelling content. To be honest with you, I'm going to be showing you how to create content that you can splice it up into 70 different ways. And we've got software and systems that we use in order to do that in our business. All right. To make everything easy for you, I don't want to make it hard and complicated. So I did a video that was 30 minutes and I put it on 7 different platforms, and I'm out less than an hour. All right. So you don't have to go live every single day. That's not what I'm telling you. You do not have to go live every single day. Then I'm going to show you the organic traffic secrets. So video marketing, you could do content marketing, you can do blogs. I've got a process where your blog can get up to 1.2 million. And then one of our partners actually is an SEO strategist. So she's coming in and will also put your blogs through the SEO process to make sure you get eyes on that too. Then we're going to amplify all of this content with paid ads, $5 a day, maybe $20 a day, depends on your budget. And so I'll show you how to amplify your organic content so that you can get in front of more people. How many want to get in front of more people? Hey, I want to get in front of more people, right? And that's all it does. It helps you get in front of more people. They comment or they become a lead. They fill out their information and say, hey, I'm interested. And then we walk you through 240 leads blueprint, which is the exact step-by-step guide to show you how you can organically get 240 leads in your business every single month for the next 90 days, 6 months, 12 months, however you set your goals up. And then again, the bonuses are my signature course that I created back in 2018, which is now the high converting webinar, where I teach you how to put together a profitable webinar, how to sell from that webinar, how to market that webinar. For those of you all that want to do summits in your business, we're actually going to show you, I'll give you access to my document, my SOP that I use in order to do my summits. I can actually just get the list of names of people who's going to be on my summit and turn it over to my team. That's all I have to do. Like, the SOP is written out and spelled out so completely that if you got a team, you can turn it over to the team and the team will do the rest. And then last but not least, you get a free complimentary ticket to our June 2024 Get Ish Done Live event that's going to be held in Richmond, Virginia. So more information about that is coming. I am so excited. So how many of you are ready to grow your business? Type ready in the chat. And like I said, you can get started today for $497 or as little as $197. I have not offered anything at this price point since 2018 Webinar Success Blueprint. All right. So consider yourself being blessed by the Webinar Queen, because I have not offered anything. The link is in the chat. Oh, thank you. The link is in the chat, and depending on if you're watching the replay, the link will be on the screen too. Just tap click and go ahead and pick which option you want to do. You will have, I'm going to tell you like this, you will have lifetime access to this offer. I'm not the type of person that be like, oh, Once you pay for it, you only get 12 months access. So I think you deserve lifetime access. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you lifetime access. So these are not live calls. You do have to watch the training. I do hold you accountable. And I tell you what, Darlene, what do you think about giving them access at least 30 days free to our monthly tribe membership? I just gave y'all another bonus. For those of you all that join the Leads Launcher, I'm going to give you 30 days access to the tribe membership so that you can become a part of the community. So while you're going through this training, you'll have access to me and to our community. I love that. I love that for us, friend. And you got another bonus just like that. All right. I'm going to open it up for any questions that you have. Like I said, the investment is only $497, so you can do a pay in full. If you want to do a 3-pay, we've got $197 just to get you started. And we'll go ahead and get you generating these leads in your business. Not a hard thing. It's just a consistent thing. Not a hard thing. It's just a consistent thing. So any questions from anyone? I want to thank you for your time with me. Time is a precious commodity that we cannot get back. You made the decision to spend some time with me. My name is DeKesha Williams, your webinar and business strategist. Be passionate, be purposeful. More importantly, be profitable. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.